flock for these people. Chief financial officer, a farmer, an artist, and a TV reporter. They're all together to hunker down. They spent some time this week to watch nature unfold at 6 in the morning. Mastre explains this was bucket list material for many of them.
In the city, it's hard to find silence and peacefulness in the darkness. Out here in central Nebraska, inside a blind along the Platte River, it's a requirement.
It's a piece of Nebraska that's almost gone.
As dawn breaks on a chilly and windy Monday in March, these 20 or so tourists meet 35,000 new friends with an annual routine.
When you witness it, it's quite profound.
At this moment, nowhere in the world are there more sandhill cranes than right here, roosting in the river near Grand Island. In a span of a month and a half, more than 500,000 sandhill cranes will stop at nature's rest area.
The sheer volume of the birds, the noise, the sound, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
For something many Nebraskans never witnessed firsthand.
First time.
This couple traveled 1,600 miles to see it.
I've been to the monarch butterfly migration in Mexico, and so here's another migration that we're just kind of, it was definitely bucket list. It was like, well, if you're into the idea of migration, this is one of the top ones in the world to see.
Experts believe the sandhill cranes have been coming to this 70-mile stretch of the Platte River for the last 10,000 years. They spend the winter in the southern U.S. and Mexico, come to Nebraska around March to fatten up on the leftover corn in the fields for 3 to 4 weeks, before heading to their breeding grounds north in Alaska and Canada. The Platte River offers protection from predators.
I want them to see the cranes because it's a phenomenon unlike anything else.
Crane Trust in Wood River, Nebraska, offers a front row seat of the spectacle. We hide in a shipping container with windows so not to spook any of the cranes.
I think a lot of times you don't realize what you have in your own backyard.
Right.
Annette Wiles of Plattsmouth has lived in Nebraska her whole life, but never took time for the sandhill cranes. So when she did, she brought her parents.
It was just like so inspirational. It was just like a gift from God. It was just really beautiful.
For more than an hour, the silence inside the blind was only interrupted with the calls of the sandhill crane. An experience where guests become photographers and philosophers.
I think the humans do need time where they just stop and just watching the light change for an hour and a half.
The sandhill crane, a model of consistency.
This is something that connects to people, and when you see it, it touches you really deeply.
A Nebraska feeling they'll take back to Massachusetts. In Wood River with photographer Jim Hinchik, I'm Brian Mastre reporting, WWT6 News.
For 10,000 years. Crane Trust counted more sandhill cranes than usual migrating, and the birds also arrived earlier than normal this year. Means most of them will be leaving Nebraska soon. Later